What a save! Diving his way inside, strong boot. It's a goal! Towards the far post, goal!
And another block. It's going to be a great finish. 1-1 headed in on the corner.
There's a shot to score.
Patience, and the shot goes through. Trickles through for a goal. And they're going back to the NCAA tournament.
Well, it's homecoming today at Ridley Athletic Complex, sitting second on the Patriot League table. Loyola got a key point Wednesday night at Bucknell. So with the win today against Colgate, a Patriot League tournament berth awaits. But the Raiders' postseason hopes are also at stake. The Greyhounds are coming home. The alumni are coming home. Tell the world that the Patriot League network on Stadium is coming home. Glenn Clark alongside my broadcast partner Jamie Watson on what is a little bit of an overcast day here in Baltimore. Let's meet our teams. We'll begin with the player to watch for the visitors. Jamie, tell me all about Sophia Boggs.
Sophia Boggs will be wearing number 0 between the pipes. Glenn, 5'9" goalkeeper junior out of Jameson, Pennsylvania. Patriot League goalkeeper of the week, Glenn. Shutout wins against BU and Cornell.
Has not allowed a goal yet this season. She's played in just 4 games. But very impressive start, stopping all 11 shots she has faced. She is joined in the starting 11 for the Raiders by Abby Sotomayor, as well as Adrian Vaughn, Hannah Pincus, Sydney Maxson, Abby Grady, Dom DeMarco, Emily Amano, Mara Cosentino, Ruby Diodati, and Leah Lewis. And not only is it homecoming here today at Jamie, but it's also senior day here at Loyola. And our players to watch for the Greyhounds, how about we go ahead and make it every single one of the Loyola seniors?
And there are 7 of them. Glenn, shall we name them? I think they deserve it. Lilia Andres, Mary Teresa Corcoran, H2, Hannah Hafes, Maddie Hart, Jen Mutno, Beth Eversman, and Casey McKenzie. Glenn, the heart and soul of this Loyola team on an emotional day, Glenn, Senior Day.
And you see the pregame festivities celebrating Senior Day here at Ridley Athletic Complex as all 7 of those players were recognized, their families coming out to the field. Different stories for all of them, but they have played such a key role, Jamie, in what's really been a turnaround season here at Loyola. As we mentioned, they are a win away from getting back to the Patriot League tournament for the first time since 2015. They have been the heart and soul, the Maddie heart and soul, you might say, of this group, and obviously deserve that recognition they received before today's game. And they're going to need that senior class to step up once again as we meet our starting 11 for the Greyhounds today. In goal, Paige Sim. The freshman in 10 games this season, she's allowed just 6 goals, a 0.59 goals against average, which is second in the Patriot League and 26th in the country. 35 saves, stopping 85.4% of the shots that she has faced, which leads the Patriot League and is 27th in the country. She's pitched 3 shutouts this year. Joined in the pitch today by Sarah Bayer, Claire Beath, Mary Teresa Corcoran, Hannah Hafes, Taylor DeMarco, Maddie Hart, Beth Eversman, Julia Gray, Ariel Tillman, and Jillian Borton. I've referenced the Patriot League table a couple of times. Let's go ahead and take a look at those standings, see where we are as we enter into the final 2 games of the season in conference play. Navy is the only team so far that's absolutely in. They sit atop the table. Loyola sitting second right now. They are right in the mix, 12 points, but everyone is bunched in right behind them, just behind them. Army West Point with 11 points. Then Holy Cross, Lehigh, and Bucknell all with 10 points. Lafayette with 9, BU 7, and Colgate 6. So, Jamie, there is so much still at stake over the course of these last 2 weekends. As, look, Navy right now has the opportunity to control their own destiny and get the top seed, but Loyola still technically could finish anywhere from the top seed to outside of the Patriot League tournament with just 2 games to go.
I mean, Glenn, it's so wild. There are 10 teams, and 8 of them are still in the mix for, as you say, anywhere.
I mean, honestly, I would try to do the math if it's possible. Right now, even Colgate, who's sitting 9th, still could, not only get in, but could end up being, maybe even the 4th seed and, avoid having to go on the road in the first round. It's really remarkable how much is still at stake with all of those teams bunched in so tightly, and that's why a game like today, which would appear to be the second-place team versus the ninth-place team, like, sure, technically that's true, but they're really two teams that are right in the mix that are fighting for really so much when we talk about the Patriot League tournament.
That's so true. I got a chance to talk to Coach Kathy Braun before the game, Glenn, and she said our season hasn't gone the way we want it, but we own it. And they are ready to come out and win today, Glenn. They know they have a shot.
Well, they've been playing good soccer of late, too. They have not allowed a goal since October 12th, unbeaten in their last 3 games, 2 wins and a draw. So they are playing close games, defensive-minded soccer, but doing what they need to do in order to give themselves a chance to punch their ticket to the Patriot League tournament. Loyola's been playing good soccer of late as well. They've allowed 1 or fewer goals in all of their last 8 games. They have only lost 1 of their last 8, but they have just 1 win in their last 4 games. There's a big difference between 1 point and 3 points today, particularly when you consider, Jamie, that Loyola wraps up their season at Navy on Friday night, the top team in the Patriot League. It would be massive for them to get the 3 today and make their work maybe for, perhaps, depending on what Navy does today, either for the Patriot League regular season title on Friday or at least maybe a little bit less pressure to come away with those 3 points if they know the top seed is no longer to be had.
Well said, Glenn. Can't sum it up any better than that. I'm just going to give a shout-out to that coaching staff of Loyola because, you know, last couple years they were mired in not being in the tournament. Now that they're in there this year, the parity in the Patriot League is exactly where you want to be.
No doubt about that. We are just about set to get underway. Homecoming and Senior Day, a very special day. A lot of alumni back. There's all sorts of festivities. By the way, just checking in on that Navy-BU game that's going on. That started at 11 a.m. It is scoreless at the half, so we will keep our eyes on that one as well, as it certainly impacts all of these scenarios when it comes to the Patriot League tournament. I'm Glenn Clark. She's Jamie Watson. We're at Ridley Athletic Complex. First of a doubleheader today to boot. Later on, the Loyola men take on Holy Cross. That's why the benches for the women's game are on the far side of the pitch today, normally on the near side of the pitch, but with the doubleheader today, they're playing with them on the far side of the pitch. Loyola in the white shirts with the evergreen shorts, evergreen numerals. They'll be moving from left to right on your internet dial here in the first half. Colgate in the red-maroon, if you will, shirts and shorts with the white numerals. They will be moving from right to left. So glad that you have joined us here today, Jamie Watson. If Loyola wants to come away with 3 points, what do they need to do?
Well, you know, Colgate is having a down year, so Glenn, I think a devastating blow would be a goal in the first 5, as we often like to say. A lot of goals are scored. Again, if it's me, I'm Joe Malia, I come out high pressure. Just put it right to Colgate right away. We are underway with the Raiders touching it first. The Greyhounds getting it back and trying to go to work. Trying to listen to Jamie Watson and score early. They have been so good defensively. They've surrendered just 4 goals over their first 7 Patriot League games of the season. You mentioned Coach Joe Malia, what he's done since returning to this campus. It was tough sledding in the early going of the season, Jamie, but they used that non-conference portion of the schedule to set themselves up so well. Taylor DeMarco throws it into the corner. Saya Bear looking for a cross. It's knocked out. Going to be another throw. DeMarco setting up for a long throw here, looking to get this one into the box. Indeed, that's where she's going. Bear keeps it alive but can't find it. Cleared out, at least momentarily. Hounds trying to keep the pressure. Remarkably, Jamie, they've done all this, Loyola, when you consider their 147 total shots on the year and 9.8 shots per game, both dead last in the Patriot League. It shows how important defense has been to them and how they've taken advantage of the shots that they've been able to get. They have not taken poor shots or shots just for the sake of shooting. DeMarco again throwing it into the edge of the box. Again, it's knocked away. Looking to clear it out was Amano. Gets it forward. Now an opportunity for Colgate for the first time to try to go to work offensively, but doesn't last very long.
Thought I heard a whistle, and indeed that was the case. We'll bring it back down to this near side. Thrown in quickly. Amano loses it. No foul. Bayer slips it back to the middle. Hannah Hafes, she wants to go to the top side. Not a lot of pace on that ball, and so Tillman had to slow up. Tillman now charging, stalking the box, plays it out in front. Has to go collect, looking for a cross. She's got the space. Either didn't have a target or wasn't able to find her target.
She was looking at Maddie Hart, who was making a late run at the top of the box, Glenn. But if it's me out there, there's one person or two people I'm targeting.
I guess they wear number 10 and number 2.
That's right. Those are your finishers. Although Maddie has the ability to finish, she's a distributing midfielder by nature. So if I'm Tillman, I go over there and tell her.
The wicked hop turns into a chance for the Hounds. Bayer trying to get in front. That's going to be a corner.
That's what I say.
You're looking for Sarah Bayer.
That's right.
The first corner kick of the match for the Hounds. It's a team and we got an injured Colgate player along the end line as you get a look at Sarah Bayer. Looks like Sydney Maxon's all right. She's helped up, hobbling a bit. Don't know that she's going to be able to stay in. She got up and then went right back down. Maxon, the junior from Centennial, Colorado, by way of Arapahoe High School. And our lead official is suggesting that maybe Sydney Maxon's going to need some attention. Moo Hackett in charge of the action today, assisted by James Sadowski and Amatal Carnado. And indeed, Maxon's going to get a little more attention from the training staff of the Raiders. Loyola's had just 5 players score at least 1 goal this season, Jamie. We know who the targets are. We know Mary Teresa Corcoran's going to be one that's going to be pushing up here on this corner, looking to find perhaps her first goal. What a special senior day that would be if Mary Teresa could get her first goal of the year off a corner kick. She celebrates her final scheduled home game here at Ridley Athletic Complex, obviously hoping for more in the Patriot League tournament, but this is the potential last time that these players will play here, and Mary Teresa has been unafraid of getting her head into the mix and trying to put one home, just hasn't been able to get one in the back of the net yet this year.
Yeah, and it's, Glenn, it's an emotional day today. As I think back on my senior day, I don't remember much. Thank goodness they take pictures, and Loyola does such a beautiful job. They have framed jerseys for each of the 7. Beautiful sentiment.
It's going to be the left footer Borton to take this corner. Jamie, of course, played at UMass, went on to coach at UMBC, and now stuck here hanging out with me.
Happily so.
We get ready for this first corner kick. Loyola looking for that first 5-minute goal that Jamie Watson likes to talk about. Borton set to strike it. Maxon did indeed go off. Borton plays it right in the middle. It's hanging up there. Cleared off. A chance from behind. DeMarco's shot deflected. It'll go out for another corner. Get a look at Claire Beath, who's also pushing up, trying to help out. Borton again to take it. Serves this one in, curls nicely right on the goal. Still alive, comes back out to Borton. She'll pop it right back up in front. Sort of lingered up there too long. Good strike, but not a lot on it. 2 pretty nice looking corner opportunities, Jamie. Don't get a terribly dangerous shot out of it, but an opportunity for Maddie Hart.
Oh, for sure. 3 or 4. I'll tell you, Sophia Boggs, our player to watch, she is on her toes right about now, Glenn. She's had to make 3 or 4, punch-outs or saves almost. So the Raiders try to settle, get back to work. They have not really had an offensive possession yet. The Greyhounds have done a great job, like what Taylor DeMarco just did, getting that takeaway.
Direct ball played too far out in front. And that'll go all the way out for a goal kick. Jamie, we referenced at the top of the broadcast, Loyola finished in a scoreless draw with Bucknell this week, so they get the point, but it was a physical game. Took a toll. Some players that are banged up, some that may or may not be available today. It's just a really, really tough battle for the Greyhounds against Bucknell this week, and it's, I guess, good to see that they came out with such spirit today after playing such a hard-fought 110-minute game.
Yeah, when we talk about 110 minutes, Glenn, and how many times have they done double overtime? They've played like 2 extra games, this Loyola side has. That's a lot.
Direct ball sails over the head of Sarah Bayer, out for a throw.
So Joe Malia has to manage minutes, and he's doing a great job of it so far, I think.
They have really looked spirited defensively. Great tackles to get the ball away. Sotomayor tries to play it back the middle, and there's Hannah Hafes to take it away again. Hart will slip it back. Borton pushing up. Gets it ahead. Tillman turns back in. Now tries to play it towards the box. Sarah Bayer was going one way. The ball came the other. Slips all the way back through into the hands of Sophia Boggs. Inserted into the starting lineup. It had been Kelly Chiavaro, the senior, who had been the goalie for the Raiders. Boggs gets in there. Hasn't allowed a goal yet. Loyola trying to change that right now. Eversman puts it in front. Opportunity for a spin. Instead, left back to Taylor DeMarco, whose shot was blocked. Almost stunned we didn't see a spin there.
Well, I think Colgate scouted. If I'm the coach, if I'm Kathy Braun, I do not let her spin to her left, which is where she wants to go. And did you notice she made her go the other way, and Sarah Bayer dropped that ball off to DeMarco.
But how about the pressure from the Hounds completely preventing Colgate from getting over to the other side of the pitch?
Well, you rightly said it in the beginning. And last night as I was prepping and I was thinking about all of the top players, and the offense always gets the credit, Glenn, but you talked about Beath and Gray and Borton and Eversman. The back four for Loyola have been outstanding this year.
There's no question about that. They have gotten the job done. Paige Sim has also played, it's a similar story, right, to what we're talking about with Colgate. A senior goalie replaced Lily Andres, was in charge for Loyola, and then Paige Sim steps in, has played very well. Corcoran slips it towards the corner, but not on the same page as DeMarco, or DeMarco maybe exerting a lot of energy early on.
I think it's going to have to be, if Joe is looking at his players, you got to play ball to feet a little bit, Glenn. Even Sarah Bayer looks. I'm telling you, that Bucknell game on Wednesday night, Glenn, was one of the most physical soccer games I've seen in the Patriot League in a long, long time.
So still dealing with the impact of that. Colgate, some sloppy passes that are sort of like left in spots where they could be taken away. And the Greyhounds are absolutely inclined to step through and try to go get the ball today.
Did they also have a double overtime game, I believe, 0-0
that sounds right,
against
yes.
Lehigh?
Yep.
So talk about even Steven. Both teams coming in playing a game and a half.
That ball get out over the near sideline for a Raiders throw. Raiders is trying to figure out some sort of way to get the ball through. At what point do you start thinking about direct balls over the top, Jamie? That's kind of misstruck.
Soon. At least one.
Yeah, it's just not working doing it the other way.
Yeah. Matriculating, as we like to say, through the feet, through the thirds of the field is not working. Loyola is putting up a lot of pressure and like you said, not allowing them out.
Another throw coming up from the near sideline. DeMarco to take it for the Hounds. DeMarco, the junior from Buffalo, gets it right back. Tries to send it in. It's blocked right back down. Along the sideline, Bayer. Can't find DeMarco, and another opportunity for the Raiders to clear it out and try to go the other way. They're going to switch fields, try to work from the top. See if they can't find a path through that way. Hounds are relentless, though. Maddie Hart just trying to get in there and make a play. Ends up coming away to Mary Teresa Corcoran.
Glenn, Mary Teresa Corcoran has played so well the second half of this season. Slow start, in my opinion, first couple of games, but boy, she's come on strong.
Eversman looking for the cross. It's deflected. It'll be sent back out over the near sideline for a throw from the corner. Imagine this will be another long throw from DeMarco. Well, doesn't look like she's setting up now. She's going to take a step back and try to throw this one into the box. Trying to find the end line. Opportunity to turn for Bayer, but she can't get much on it. When that popped the other way, I thought maybe Sarah Bayer was going to get a great look at that near post.
She got the right cleats on, Glenn. It's a little slippery out there. A little bit of a drizzle. I'm not sure, but Turf Monster got her there. It
reminds me of what we saw with the Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson last Sunday in Seattle when he constantly changed his cleats. You see a slip again for Sarah Bayer.
We don't have that much rain. It was much more rain out in Seattle, Glenn. It's hardly drizzling at all. But
a couple of drops. That's about it. And now finally an opportunity for Colgate the other way. Some space and a shot that, threatened from Cosentino.
See it all the time, don't we, Glenn? Everybody testing the 5'4" keeper.
They're seeing it on film.
That's being generous. Paige Sim. But that being said, Glenn, she's been terrific.
First shot of the match for the Raiders. Cosentino couldn't get it on target. But Jamie's absolutely right. Paige Sim, the 5'4" goalie from Phoenix, Arizona. If she's vulnerable somewhere, it's vulnerable going high. And so that's what opponents have tried to do. So Colgate finally gets an offensive possession, turns it into a pretty good-looking shot. Now the Greyhounds try to go back to work. Trouble over there in the corner. And somehow kept in. That's a really nice job from a bad situation. Great work over in that corner. Hounds get it back. Eversman looking for Bayer. Now DeMarco settles. Comes back to midfield. Eversman slides it back into Corcoran. Corcoran will play it all the way back to Borton. Now Maddie Hart. I mentioned some of the odd numbers for a very good Loyola team, right, Jamie? Only 5 goal scorers on the season. However, that does include the leading goal scorer and points getter in the Patriot League in Hannah Hafes, which helps to make up for only having 5 goal scorers. But also they came in today last in shots and shots per game. But that being said, they're 16 goals, tied for 4th in the Patriot League. They're 1.07 goals per game, tied for 3rd in the league. So again, while they haven't been taking a ton of shots and don't have a lot of goal scorers, it's not because they're not capable of scoring. Ball cleared out. Kept alive along the near sideline. Nice play by Diodati. Gets around the first defender. That was DeMarco. But couldn't get around Corcoran.
Yep.
DeMarco played that one way too far out in front and back towards the middle. Jamie has asked for the ball to be played to feet today.
It's true, Glenn. I think both teams look a little lethargic because they both have played so much.
Sotomayor slips it into the box. Opportunity, looking for a turn, getting free. Paige Sim, nice job to turn away Adrian Vaughn. Sim was rocketed at her, and she just sort of bats it up to herself. A little bit of a volleyball set, just to be able to make a more settled catch and not leave that one loose in front.
Vaughn, the sophomore out of Columbia, Maryland, Glenn, she'll do better with that next time. She had a little bit of time.
Yeah, that had to be a foul call. Might have been tangled feet there with Maxson, who very fortunate. Sydney Maxson, after leaving, was able to get right back onto the pitch fairly quickly.
Moo Hackett having some fun with Sotomayor.
Well, I think what Sotomayor's saying is, hey, look, Maxson didn't intend anything there, and everybody knows that, but once you get tangled, you have to try to untangle at some point. You can't just keep holding your foot there to prevent a player from going forward. Obvious call. So there is Hannah Hafes, the senior. 7 goals, 3 assists, plays it into the middle. Headed away. Hounds will regroup, reset a possession. Hafes so good at those set pieces. Raiders trying to push forward, but Ariel Tillman's not having any of that. She gives it away just as quickly, though. Was trying to find Borton. And ball ends up in the middle of the pitch. It's going to come down near side. Had an unmarked runner. Thankfully, it was wide enough to give Loyola time to mark a mano. She drops it back. Diodati swings it into the box. Vaughn gets her head on it, but Paige Sim will easily take that on a hop.
Colgate, Glenn, responding to your call, stringing some passes together and getting another shot on goal.
Here's some vuvuzelas in the background. Good crowd out here for this homecoming day. Really, the weather is quite pleasant for a fall Saturday.
It's beautiful. About 61 degrees, no sun out, cloud covered, perfect soccer weather, Glenn.
Eversman slips it back. Yeah, if you're going to run, if you're going to have to run, these are the conditions in which you like to run. Every now and then a little bit of a breeze to aid you, but not wind that's so difficult that you feel it on your face. Vaughn in trouble. Had 3 white shirts all over her. Finds some help. Cosentino slips it down to the near sideline. Diodati. Sent forward, a turn. Sotomayor. Back to Cosentino. Now it's a mano. Back down to Diodati. Diodati. Position, try to go for a cross. Moves back towards the end line. Sends it in front. It sails over everyone. Good looking possession that time for the Raiders, Jamie.
Coach Kathy Braun, no stranger to success at Colgate. 12 titles, Glenn. And how many trips to the dance? 6. Woo!
3-time Patriot League Coach of the Year, most recently in 2014. 29th season in charge at Colgate up in Hamilton. Of course, for her, she's got to be frustrated that she hasn't been since 2012. Right? She's not one to rest on accomplishments of the past.
That's true. So true. In fact, when I was talking to her earlier before the game, she said, look, we own this slow start. It's nothing in particular, Glenn. They're just not performing up to what they can do. But they're still together as a team. There's no infighting. They're out there to win today.
Again, if they were to come away with 3 points today, they would put themselves in pretty great position going into the final weekend to have a chance to punch their dance ticket. For the Patriot League tournament, that is, of course.
That's right. 6 points available to everybody.
The ball deflects too far out in front for Bayer to try to go find it. Instead, picked up by Sophia Boggs. Approaching the midway point of this first half. Loyola has outshot Colgate 4-2. Ball played ahead to Vaughn, but stepping through nicely to take that one away.
Glenn,
great play by Julia Gray.
You've reminded us many times about how Coach Malia wants to play possession-type soccer. I think that's really important right now as people are tired. Play ball to feet, string passes together, make the other team chase, which they don't want to do.
But they got to score goals. 1 point is fine. This is a day where you really need 3, given what it is that you're trying to do to set yourself up for the Patriot League tournament. Really want to get a top 2 seed. worst case scenario, hold on to a top 4 seed to host a quarterfinal. And still the possibility, knowing what's ahead on Friday night, that you could be playing for the top seed and a chance to host the Patriot League tournament. Direct ball, but too far out in front. That comes all the way back to Boggs. Again, we're trying to keep our eye on what's going on in Annapolis. Still scoreless in the 66th minute between Navy and Boston University. If Navy wins, they're the top seed in the Patriot League tournament. If they don't, then Loyola controls their own destiny to get the top seed in the Patriot League tournament. Anything other than a win. So even if they come away with a draw today, Loyola would have the opportunity to get 3 today and then go win on Friday night and win the Patriot League regular season title.
That's what I call a lot to play for, my friend.
Leah Christian's daughter in, replacing Taylor DeMarco. Christian's daughter, freshman from Reykjavik, Iceland. One of 2 Icelandic freshmen. Aaron Sigfus' daughter, the other. Cosentino slips it forward. She wants to get it back in the box. Sotomayor couldn't find a path with all the white shirts. She brings it back out, resets. Grady slips it wide. Cross attempt blocked. Ooh, nice hip check there. Jamie, can't believe how that didn't get called.
Well, again, shoulder to shoulder's okay, Glenn. Each allowed the space.
Amano swings it in, headed back out. Greyhounds need to clear this. Jamie's screaming for a high and wide.
Exactly. Much better, Glenn. See how balls play defeat there. They need to connect with Eversman and Hafes, who are 2 of the best with the ball at their feet.
Hafes, as we mentioned, not only leading the Patriot League in goals and points, she's in the top 5 in assists too. Her 36 shots coming in today, 4th in the Patriot League. She has been a factor in 10 of the 16 goals the Greyhounds have scored this season.
I mean, can you say MVP? I'm going to say it.
Yes, she is. It would be hard to fathom anyone but Hannah Hafes at this point. Look, there's still 2 games to be played, obviously. But it'd be very hard to fathom anyone but her as Patriot League Offensive Player of the Year. From that far sideline, opportunity to send this in. Sims sees it the whole way but can't catch it. It's still alive. Cleared away. No foul called. Oh, late call goes against Corcoran. That looked like 2 players going for the ball to me, Jamie.
I don't know that it gets 50-50 much more than that, Glenn. Maybe Moo Hackett seeing something, the lead official that I don't. I have such respect for Moo Hackett. I think she is one of the best officials in the Patriot League.
It sets up a free kick from a very dangerous spot. Going to be taken quickly and sent right on goal. Paige Sim protecting that near post as Maxson had an idea, had a target. Sim didn't know if it was going to be on net or not, and so she decided to turn it aside. Look, better safe than sorry, Jamie.
That's a freshman move there, Glenn. She needs to either catch that knowing that that post is on her back and that ball's outside of it. Instead, she gives up another corner, but it's okay. She's a freshman. No one's perfect.
First corner of the match. Sent in towards the middle, headed wide. So that'll be a goal kick. DeMarco took the corner. It's a good-looking strike, by the way, from Maxson on the free kick.
It was, and Leah Lewis was on the other end of that, a header. And Glenn, I believe I remember that name. Leah Lewis scored against Loyola last year, I believe, or maybe even 2 years ago here at home. Talented player out of the back, Leah Lewis.
Loyola has not had a lot of success against Colgate over the years. By the way, Nicole Rivas into the match, replacing Jillian Borton. Rivas, all sorts of speed for the diminutive junior from Danville, California. Listed at just 5'1". Shortest player on the roster, but she is fast. That one sent towards Sarah Bayer. Bayer from that far flank, looking for a cross. It's blocked. Back out for a throw.
And there you see some of the defensive talents of Leah Lewis. Probably most likely assigned to Sarah Bayer to stop that spin cycle.
Another change for Loyola is they'll bring in Sarah Murr, the sophomore. I'm trying all year to get Sarah Murr that goal back that she had stolen from her. If you weren't with us, what was supposed to be the first game of the season, Sarah Murr scored a goal against St. Francis, PA. The problem was, late in the first half, storms rolled in, and the game came off the books. It was declared a no contest. Looking for a spin. That shot, oh, great save by Boggs. We got a Greyhound down. Hannah Hafes had quite the strike on that ball. Blasted towards the far post, but you see why it is that Colgate turned to Sophia Boggs, Jamie. That was an excellent sprawling save.
Really was. She's our player to watch today. One of the reasons I'm upset with that, because I just was complimenting Moo Hackett. I thought it was a foul on Murr, which should have stopped play, which would have avoided a foul on Hafes, but no call. Moo Hackett letting them play today.
Ball sent over the head of Sarah Bayer. Not going to be able to get to it before Boggs. Murr was also pushing up. Anyway, so Murr, that game against St. Francis, scores the goal, comes off the books, declared a no contest, and unfortunately hasn't scored a goal since. So it would feel poetic for Sarah Murr to get it back before the season is over. Also, just to finish the thought, Loyola all-time just 1-5-1 against Colgate in a series that dates back to 2013. That one turned aside by Paige Sim as Sotomayor got around the defender. Just sort of a misstep from Julia Gray, allowing Sotomayor a good look. She shoots high. Sim gets her hands on it, but can't hold on. It's going to be a corner. Second corner of the match for Colgate.
You know, Sotomayor, a striker, you'll see here, only 2 assists on the season. She's ready to break out. Power right foot shot there.
So, second corner for the Raiders. DeMarco sends it far post. It sails over everyone, tracking it down. Grady. And that'll be cleared out, at least briefly, by the Hounds. Kept alive. Big strike won't get through. Deflected. Sort of a mess in front. Cosentino slips it back wide. Diodati gives chase into the corner, and she's going to earn another corner kick.
Glenn, how impressive you been with the Hounds getting on top of the ball in the defensive third?
They've been really good, but these are frenetic situations, Jamie. Ball sails again towards the far post, headed out, and we're going to do it from the other side of the pitch. So a fourth corner all in about the last 5 minutes now for the Raiders.
As we talk about Hayes as MVP, Glenn, so important that she jumped and got in the way of that ball, even though she gave it the corner because there was a Colgate player sitting on that far post.
So we'll do this one more time. Greyhounds have held, but they got to get this ball out. Right in the middle, bouncing around. Kept alive. And that strike won't get through off the foot of Amano. Back out to Cosentino. She slips it wide. Another opportunity for a cross. Instead, that's going to be a throw from the far sideline as the Greyhounds smartly prevent it from getting over the end line. Cross right towards the middle. It sails. Chance to finally clear it out. Hart slips it forward. She wants the Greyhounds to push. Instead, it's turned over. Christian's daughter didn't have a path once she got that touch at the near sideline.
I have a little asterisk next to Abby Sotomayor, number 4. No goals this season. I mean, she is such a tremendous talent. Perhaps she's been injured. I don't know. But just 2 assists on the season. Keep your eye on number 4 for Colgate.
Captain for the Raiders. The ball continues to bounce around. Gray Make sure that's a throw and not a corner.
I say that while she's probably been double-teamed the entire
Oh,
season.
certainly. No question about that. Moo Hackett's going to say, nope, that's not the spot you're throwing from. Second try for Diodati, gets it in. Now, the edge of the corner of the box, that was 14-on-14 crime as Hart took it away from Cosentino, getting it right back, Sotomayor. Sotomayor trying to get free, just looking for a foot. Played back. Again, the Hounds have the chance to clear, and finally, looks like they're going to be able to do so. That's going to be a handball, which is probably just as well because there were 4 red shirts ahead, and we got an injured player behind. Thank you, Jamie. Looks like a Mano who's down for the Raiders behind the play. It seems like they had possession for about the last 6 minutes. This ball has been on this side of the pitch for some time. I did not see what happened with the Mano.
It was really, Glenn, just one of those, you know, you're going so hard at it, both players, and I think they both kicked the soccer ball so hard, whoever had the greater Q angle might have. Do you know what that is?
I don't know. Tell me more.
The Q angle is from the hip to the knee.
Okay.
And because women have hips, the Q angle is a little bit wider. And so it's from my exercise physiology days at UMass. But supposedly one reason why women tear their ACLs a little bit more than men is this Q angle.
Okay.
Men's is a little bit less wide.
Okay.
So, but I didn't see anything untoward there. Just 2 people going whammo at the soccer ball at the same time.
Well, and just to be clear, there was no foul that was called there. The ball was played forward, and there was a handball at midfield, and that was the reason for the stoppage. So the teams come to the sidelines. 0-0 game. 14-19 to play in this first half. Glenn Clark, Jamie Watson with you from Ridley Athletic Complex here on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. A game that Loyola had all of the momentum and really all of the run of play for the first 15 minutes or so. But in about the last 8 to 10, that has completely changed. The pendulum has totally swung to the other side, and Colgate has barely been on the other side of the pitch in the last 8 to 10 minutes.
It's a beautiful game, isn't it? You see a look at Coach Kathy Braun in her 29th year, looking on with concern. I don't think we've even identified who it is yet, have we, Glenn?
I believe it's a Mano, the sophomore, being helped off the field. Kathy Braun assisted by Alyssa Manugian, Jenna Gibney, and Brenna Mason. Team that came into the day 3rd in the Patriot League in shots and shots per game with 214 and 14.27 per game respectively. Was tied for last, however, in the league in goals with just 11, averaging just 0.73 goals per game.
One of the
defense is their story.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said, they're trending upward, as we like to say now with Twitter. 3 straight unbeaten games. Our player to watch, Sophia Boggs. But, Glenn, something you don't see too often in last 9th place is BU, and then Colgate in last place. 2 of the – am I right about that? I think I got that right. But
and you mean on the table in general?
Yeah, in the points system.
Well, yeah, Americans in last, obviously.
Okay, sorry, AU.
Colgate and BU right above them.
I ran out of room, but BU and Colgate were at the top of the league last year. BU, I believe, was defending champs, so everything just turned the tables. Kudos to Loyola for turning their season around from last year.
American, the only winless team in the Patriot League this season. So, Amano does indeed depart. Obviously concerned for the sophomore from Ottawa. Free kick played on towards the edge of the box. Keeping it alive, Christian's daughter. Slips it down to the near side. Eversman could not stay on the ball. Taken away very nicely by Ellis Miller. Now getting it back is Sotomayor. By the way, it's Lexi Mitchell who comes on, the junior from Auburn, New York. Claire Beath sends that over the far sideline. It'll be a throw for the Raiders.
Going to give Claire Beath a pass on that clearance, Glenn, because she was one player at Bucknell that took many, many hits we like to call her the Beast, and she was beastly. Her and Gray in the 2 center back positions, Glenn, so physical.
I think what you're alluding to, Jamie, is it did certainly seem like it was kind of a give up there.
She could do better high and wide. She's just, I think she's beat up from Wednesday night is really what I want to say.
Understand. Throw coming from the near sideline, taken quickly by Diodati. Gets it in. Mitchell will give it right back to her. Now she sends one into the box, and that will get out over the end line for a goal kick. Sims saw that one the entire time, realized it wasn't coming on goal. Cleared everybody out. And she'll get to send it back out. How does Loyola get the momentum back, Jamie? How do they turn the tide here?
Right here, you have to start by winning the 50-50 ball. That's what I would tell my players on goal kicks. Every free throw, goal kick here, you must win this 50-50 ball. And they did not.
Well, there's going to be a foul, so take it back.
Of course, Hannah Haves drawing the foul there. Glenn, you know why she's wearing number 10 this year? Because 22 was taken when she arrived here her junior year. She wanted to be 10 this year because she wanted to make a difference. 10 is the number of, Pele. And if you wear 10, you better back it up.
No doubt. That ball carrying back towards, but that's going to be a throw, not a corner. Go ahead, Jamie.
Just that she's been doing just that. She's been playing like a Pele this year, and she's earned that number 10. But my point is she chose it as a mindset.
Eversman setting up for the throw. She plays it into the feet of Bayer. Bayer working on that end line. Great defending on the end line. It's almost like you're going up against two players there, right? You're going up against the player with the ball and the end line, trying to make sure you don't give up a corner.
Exactly, Glenn. Ball
gets through to Christian's daughter. Christian's daughter charging towards the box, working the end line. Was that deflected? No, goal kick.
Trying. She'll get it. She'll get bigger and stronger next year where she'll get those hips around Glenn and get that corner kick.
I mentioned Loyola just 1-5-1 all time against Colgate. They have not beaten the Raiders since a 3-2 win in the 2015 regular season. That one was also a draw that they had in the 2015 tournament, but they advanced on penalty kicks in that game. So kind of technically they have 2 wins over Colgate, but you don't register that as a win when it goes to PKs. Last year, 3-0 victory for the Raiders in an odd game in which it was scoreless at the half. First 7 minutes and 21 seconds of the second half, Colgate scored 3 times.
Just goes to show you how quickly things change.
No doubt about that. Lindsay Wiley in for Sotomayor. Wiley, the senior from Vienna, Virginia, by way of Flint Hill School. Good battle from Sarah Bayer to keep that one alive, but the Greyhounds can't hold on to it. Opportunity a little unsettled. Vaughn swings it out wide. It's out for a throw. Great work by Nicole Rivas over there on the far sideline.
Great work. And by the way, a great ball from Claire Beath directly to Sarah Bayer's feet. I was giving her a hard time on the last clearance. That time she laid a dime at Bayer's feet.
Raiders get it back. Foul called out near midfield. Final 10 minutes of this first half. Coming up at the half, stats, highlights, and we're going to preview Patriot League basketball season. Just a week away from our first broadcast of the year. All headed towards the goal. Paige Sim luckily had a bunch of white shirts around her to guide that one into her hands. Sort of took a weird hop.
Yeah, Eversman just decided, as judge and jury back there, to not go after that and let it bounce, sort of saying, come out, Paige.
Right.
And Paige did, but
it hung up there maybe a second longer than you would have liked to have seen it.
It's not what they've been doing all season, which is going after everything and clearing it.
Bayer was trying to work her way through a veritable corn maze of 4 defenders. She looked like my 4-year-old trying to find his way
It's that time of year.
We took him to the Toy Story corn maze. He struggled. He struggled a bit.
You know, sometimes we forget Sim is just a freshman, Glenn, on the big stage.
She's played unbelievably well. Vaughn. Actually, that was Pincus, sorry. Ball popped up. Somebody's got to clear it out. Instead, it's going to come through. Nope, foul. Foul called. That was going to be a really tantalizing look for Lexi Mitchell. That ball came loose, and she charged towards the box. But the foul was called, so it's a free kick for the Hounds.
Glenn, one thing I'm seeing about Paige Sim is in the Bucknell game, she came off of her line and made the save of the game, in my opinion. So there was an example of she knew when to come off of her line. Right there, didn't know.
Well, those are difficult decisions to make.
Agreed.
Obviously, game's being played in real-time speed. What do you do? Well, nearly surrendered. An opportunity for a huge strike there for Mitchell. Fortunate the foul was called. And so it's a free kick, not a goal kick, a free kick. Sim will blast down the midfield. Loyola's got to get the ball on the other side of the pitch. Cosentino slips it out wide. Sarah Murr tracks it down. She's in trouble. Again, just has to play it out for a throw. It feels right now like the Hounds are just desperately trying to get to the half.
Doing a lot of chasing, Glenn.
On their heels.
Not what you want to do when you're tired.
That ball misplayed. Bounds out to midfield. It'll be another throw for Colgate. Diodati. She'll get it right back. Misstrikes that one. An opportunity for the Hounds to try to get forward, but nothing working right now.
And when I say tired, let me preface that. You'll probably say it better than I. Both teams played double overtime games, so I'm not saying not fit. I'm just saying
it's also they're depleted a bit.
Yeah.
Today they are, they're dealing with players playing hurt, players who might not be able to play because of their injuries. I mean, they're just dealing with a lot of that stuff. Coming out of the Bucknell game, this is dangerous. Great last-second play by Julia Gray to break that up. It's still alive, and Julia Gray gets right back on top of it. What a pair of defensive plays from Julia Gray, the second one taking it off the foot of Wiley.
And right behind her is Claire Beath. It's like they know each other. Tremendous effort.
Now another opportunity. Wiley sends it in front. It's headed away. Bounces back out. Chance for a strike, but not played cleanly by Cosentino. The Raiders are getting chance after chance after chance right now. The leg call.
Sarah Bayer, the Long Islander. Tough as nails.
Ball sent in again. It bounces around. Another opportunity from just outside the box. Cosentino can't get free to let it rip. Served in once more. Wiley sends it out wide. They're moving the ball around very well. Mitchell free. Mitchell eyes that far post. It won't get through. Second chance, and that'll just be towed. Oh, somehow kept in. Again, Loyola's got to clear it. Bounces back to Mitchell. Mitchell plays it back down to the near side. Diodati taken away. Eversman trying to shield. Taken right back by Diodati. She gets around Eversman. Sends it in front. Mess. Turned aside by Sim. Murr's just going to send it out over that far sideline. Jamie, there's still 4 minutes left in this first half.
Take a breath. I mean, this has been some exciting soccer, both sides of the field.
Clearly, Colgate banging down the door at the moment. Long shot, but right in the waiting arms as Pincus had some pace on that, had some heat on that ball, but fortunate she sent it right at Paige Sim, who was able to make the grab. Loyola can settle a bit.
About 12 inches from being a goal. I mean,
yep.
What a strike by Pincus. One touch, rocket.
And foul called out at midfield, so another free kick coming for Colgate. Raiders now out shooting Loyola 8-5. Loyola desperately trying to get back to the locker room right now. Regroup. Get some orange slices. Maxon plays it all the way in. A couple of hops picked up by Sim.
Listen, Glenn, you framed this very well at the top. Colgate is desperate to get into this tournament. They have to win this game.
Like, we talk about Loyola, you know, how big it would be to get the 3 points. Colgate's done without 3 points. They can't play for a draw today. Hart steps through. Maybe just try to hold on to possession for these final couple of minutes. Eversman. Doesn't look like the Hounds are in much of a hurry, and I think we would all, Jamie's telling them to settle down from up here.
Catch their breath. My goodness, Glenn, they've been under fire.
Rivas. Ahead to Murr. Murr trying to get into the box. It's deflected, but she gets it back. Slips it towards Hannah Hafe, just a little too far out in front. And they were really collapsing defensively, Colgate. Cosentino swings it out. Just under 2 minutes to play in this first half. Chance for one more push. Ever dangerous final 5. Wiley couldn't hold on to it, so it slips through to Paige Sim, who is willing to wait for someone to come apply some pressure because she's thinking about the fact that they have been under barrage. And finally, Wiley will choose to be the one to go apply the pressure, but in the process, 20 or so seconds came off the clock.
Glenn, Paige Sim needs to be careful. She was standing at the PK when that ball was touched. That touch goes a little bit higher. It's a lot of space behind her, Glenn.
Foul called in the midfield. Corcoran was working against Lexi Mitchell. Call goes against her.
Lead official Moo Hackett's been so busy out there.
We hit 1 minute to play in this first half. 1 minute, scoreless game. Colgate's got the momentum. First game of a doubleheader here today at Ridley Athletic Complex. Patriot League Network on Stadium. Good move by Diodati. Gets around Christian's daughter. No foul?
Foul.
Yeah, I thought that was worthy of it. Christian's daughter called for the foul, so a free kick. 30 seconds left. This is it. This is dangerous. Set to take it. Maxon. She turned the last one on goal. It'd be really tough to do that from here. 20 seconds left. Maxon plays it far post. It sails over everyone, and that'll be how the first half will come to a close. Loyola had their chances early, couldn't take advantage of them, and then Colgate absolutely bombarded them in the last 20 or so minutes of the half. But Loyola takes the punches, hangs in there, and after 45 minutes, we remain scoreless here at Ridley Athletic Complex. Top 3 plays coming up, and a preview of basketball season, more importantly. That's next. This is the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Back here at the half, it is scoreless between Loyola and Colgate. Glenn Clark, Jamie Watson with you on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Let's see what happened over the course of the first 45 minutes. Lots of opportunities for both teams, none of which turned into a goal, but chances aplenty. Vaughn headed that one forward. Sim able to pick it up. Ball deflects. Good shot for Hannah Hafe's best save of the half from Sophia Boggs, sprawling out towards that far post. Another loose ball opportunity. Boggs been so impressive. Hasn't allowed a goal yet since being inserted by the Raiders. Julia Gray making defensive plays as Loyola was under attack late in the first half. Paige Sim comes over and grabs that one. Another big strike. Sim holds on to it off the foot of Hannah Pincus. Taking a look at our first half stats. In these first 45 minutes, the Hounds were outshot 8-5. 3 saves for both goalies 4 corners for the Raiders, 2 for the Hounds. Jamie Watson, what jumped out at you the most in the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think, you know, both of the goalkeepers, Glenn, obviously we're at 0-0. I had a feeling this was going to be a defensive game. Colgate coming in with 3 unbeaten and a whole lot of reason to play for 3 points today. And Loyola is having a very difficult time breaking through.
They are hopefully going to get recharged here at the half and have something coming out of the break to get going offensively. All right, when we come back in, we'll talk more about what else is going on in the Patriot League today. 1 game in extra time. We'll tell you more about that. Plus, a look at what else is going on in Loyola athletics. That's on the way, as well as the start of the second half. This is the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Reminder that this is the first of a doubleheader for us today here at Ridley Athletic Complex. Coming up after the conclusion of this one, the Loyola men take on Holy Cross. The Greyhounds 7-7-1 on the season, 4-2 in Patriot League play. It's the penultimate home game for the Hounds in the regular season, as they still get American on November 6th, but they will be celebrating Senior Day today anyway. Like to do it on a weekend, easier for families to get here to support the seniors. So Senior Day coming up for the Loyola men as well. One other fall sport, the Loyola women's volleyball team, 10-13 on the year, 3-6 in Patriot League play. Later on this afternoon, they are hosting Holy Cross. That game actually is being played at Johns Hopkins, however, because of all the festivities here on campus at Loyola last night. They lost in 4 sets to Colgate. And then, as we mentioned, basketball season just around the corner. Loyola men play an exhibition against Johns Hopkins Friday night at 7 o'clock. Their first home game, regular season-wise, is not until November 17th, as they open on the road next Tuesday at Marquette. The Loyola women, Jamie Watson, you know well, the first home game not until November 20th against Howard. They open in 2 weeks at Notre Dame. Elsewhere in Patriot League women's soccer today, they are in a second extra time session. 100 minutes, still scoreless between BU and Navy. If that were to hold, then Loyola would control their own destiny. A win today, and they play for a regular season title on Friday. A tie or a loss today, Navy still clinches the Patriot League regular season title. If they score a goal in the next 10 minutes, they clinch the Patriot League regular season title. Just underway, American and Bucknell playing up in Lewisburg, and a little bit later on, 7 o'clock kickoff for Lehigh and Army West Point. Tomorrow, Lafayette is at Holy Cross. And we are underway for the second half. Loyola touching it first, white shirts, evergreen numerals, evergreen shorts. They are moving from right to left on your internet dial. Colgate in the maroon shirts and shorts with the white numerals moving from left to right. I'm Glenn Clark. She's Jamie Watson. Jamie, knowing how much is at stake, knowing the fire that they were facing late in the first half, what do the Greyhounds have to do differently in order to try to figure out a way to get a goal, get 3 points here today?
Yeah, Glenn, they have to. Coach Joe Malia is into possession soccer. Like, we'll watch this back pass here. They have to maintain a little bit more possession, Glenn, and obviously be a little bit better in the attacking third than they have been. But I know this 45 minutes, Glenn, everything's on the line for Colgate and for Loyola.
We see Kate Reese on the pitch to start the second half.
Got to get some bodies in there, Glenn. I mean, look, what if they go to double overtime here? I mean, we're talking minutes galore for this roster.
Kate Reese, technically a senior, but because she's a grad student, she actually participated in the Senior Day festivities last year, and so she chose that she didn't need to have 2 senior days. It was not a part of the pregame ceremony today, but another player who is playing in what could prove to be their final game here at Ridley Athletic Complex, hoping that's not the case, hoping they have a couple more.
Sure, and Kate's a senior captain, so a veteran, a leader, get her out on the pitch, soak up some minutes.
Grad student, been working on her accelerated MBA, and has had some of her best games in recent weeks. Could move along that far sideline to come free. Ball rocketed towards the corner, but Julia Gray. How many times have we called Julia Gray's name today, Jamie? She steps through. Foul will be called there. So free kick coming up for the Hounds. Maddie Hart earning that foul call. Maddie Hart, we've talked about her all season. She is such a special individual. She has volunteered for a variety of local organizations around Baltimore. She was assisting at Johns Hopkins this summer and additionally worked at the Boys and Girls Club of Metropolitan Baltimore, spending 3 to 4 days a week organizing events and performing other general office responsibilities. She had previously volunteered for Our Daily Bread in Baltimore, preparing and serving meals for the homeless. Also at Corver United Soccer, aiding in fundraising for a child with cancer, and the Webster Kendrick Boys and Girls Club. On top of all of that, also an active member of Rendezvous Haiti on campus, helping raise money for an orphanage in Haiti. And she's run training sessions for middle school age soccer players in Baltimore. Wow, Maddie Hart. She is special. Ball served in, looking for Kate Reese. Knocked away before it could get there. That ball bounced around, taken back by the Raiders. Great job just staying on top of that from Ariel Tillman, not making anything easy, trying to keep the ball down there. Speak for no one but myself, but I think Maddie Hart might be a pretty good nominee for that Lowe's Senior Class Award.
Agreed. She's got my heart, Maddie Hart. To be a servant the way she is really to be great, and that is one of the strong truths here at this Jesuit awesome school of Loyola, and Colgate's pretty special too.
And a special leader as well, Maddie Hart on the pitch, who has been through so much in her career, injury-wise. Great to see her have a special day. Mary Teresa Corcoran lets that fly. Can't get it on target. She had the space. Very difficult shot.
Again, it's senior day, Glenn. A lot of emotion riding here in this second 45.
And you know what's at stake. I don't know if anybody's letting them know what's going on with Navy. Obviously, you're trying to keep them believing, no matter what, that they're playing for a potential Patriot League title. But the truth is they really might be playing for a potential Patriot League regular season title.
I'm going to guess no. If it's me, you take care of business right now, these 45 minutes. They don't need to be thinking about anything else but winning every 50-50 ball that's in front of them.
They can keep it scoreless. They've got as much as 70 minutes to try to score a goal.
And, of course, if you're Kathy Braun, the Colgate head coach.
Bounces around. Paige Sim just protects that post. Oh. That seemed to go on forever, Jamie.
What a save. That was a goal. She doesn't get a hand on that. At least.
Just a free kick played into the box. And I don't even know that you call that a shot as much as it's just sort of a deflection that got on goal.
Are you with me?
I think that was.
Did your eyes see
absolutely
what I saw? Yeah, okay.
Lexi Mitchell, the one that had it go off of her.
Oh, yeah, that was going in.
All right, corner kick now, 5th of the match. Diodati plays in the middle, far post, headed away. It's got to be cleared out. Rivas gets it wide, and they can regroup defensively. But Colgate seemingly picking up where they left off, applying all kinds of pressure to start this second half.
Guess who, Glenn, cleared that ball in the fracas in front of the goal? Maddie Hart.
Throw from the far sideline for Eversman. Greyhounds want to play on the other side of the pitch a little bit more in the second half. Their back four has worked wonders, but they need to get chances. You can only get 3 points today if you score. You can hope that maybe the Raiders will do it for you, like they'll just put one in the net just for fun, but it just seems unlikely. Well, bad news to report from Annapolis. In the 106th minute, Baisley McClaskey has scored for the Midshipmen, and they have defeated BU 1-0. They are the Patriot League regular season champs. Now, on the other side, opportunity, and boy, just unmarked kind of forever with Sarah Murr. She got a great opportunity, just unfortunately kicked it right to Sophia Boggs.
There's your karma goal you were hoping she would get back, but not a good enough strike to get by Boggs.
So, Patriot League regular season title now not in play any longer, but Jamie, the importance of getting 3 points remains because, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, just to make sure you get in, you avoid playing in the quarterfinals if possible. You at least host a quarterfinal. Boy, that ball remains on the turf. Sim comes out at the last second, and it's just deflected enough to keep it out of the goal. No one got rid of that ball. It just sort of hung there. It kept feeling like, well, somebody's going to go do something about that, right? No, and Pincus nearly gets a wide-open opportunity.
I tell you, if Paige Sim, I was talking about earlier, Glenn, she comes off her line at the right time there. 1 second later, and that's a goal.
It'll be a 6th corner. Just keep watching this. Oh, this is Sarah Murr's shot. Corner. Sent in front. Sim can't get to it, but it sails over everyone. And the Greyhounds can clear it out. So again, the final score, Navy 1, BU 0 in double overtime. Mids clinch the regular season title, and they will host the Patriot League semifinals and final. Considering how many minutes the Greyhounds have played, it would do them wonders to avoid playing a quarterfinal in the Patriot League. Look, they want to get in first. A win clinches their spot in the tournament. So you start with goal number 1. Cleared out by Eversman over that far sideline. But again, feels like Colgate's building. Cross. Hangs in the middle, headed wide, Vaughn. The Hounds need some sort of fresh legs, or as fresh a legs as they can find anyway at this point.
For sure.
First time we've seen the other Icelandic freshman, Erin Sigfúsdóttir today from Akranes, Iceland, by way of Fjolbrautaskóli, Vesterlands, Akranesi. I'm sure.
Just punch that one out, my friend. Well done.
Sim blasts it out the midfield. Raiders get it back. Just hang in there. Look for an opportunity to counter right now. It seems to be the best strategy for the Hounds, but they got to keep hanging in. Pincus distributes it wide. Cut off. Good job by Tillman. Reese trying to win it back. She's physical. Hafes wants it back. Sorry, that's Maddie Hart. Hart slips it wide to Sigfúsdóttir. Sigfúsdóttir sees a runner coming up on the other side. Wants it back. Charging back towards the middle. Murr plays it. Hafes, good strike, but couldn't get it through. It's blocked. Murr settles it again. Slips it out wide. Sigfúsdóttir with the cross. She was trying to target Kate Reese, but couldn't get it there.
Nice block in front of Hafes, Glenn. How many times has Hannah Hafes made that happen in the back of the net this year? Quite a bit, but nice block by Colgate, playing their good brand of defense as well.
She's the leading scorer in this league for a reason.
You don't leave Hannah Hafes open, and Colgate certainly did not. She will make you pay.
Throw in Diodati. Tillman with some space. Now great collapsing defense from Leah Lewis. You have sung her praises all day. Oh, delayed foul call. Okay, might have been a tug.
Yeah, that must be it, because I don't agree with it. But yeah, Leah Lewis,
I thought might have saw that. Just a bit of a tug there. We get so used to players getting away with those, we almost can't believe when they're called.
Exactly.
Free kick coming up for Maddie Hart. Another good chance here for the Hounds.
Been really impressed, Glenn, with Maddie Hart's energy level coming out in the first 10 minutes here. Really the only one.
Hart chips it in. Still hangs loose. Sigfustadter trying to settle it. Was looking for a bit of a bicycle. Couldn't control it. But it's out off of red, and it's going to be a corner. Raiders very unhappy. Calls a corner kick. That'll be the third corner of the match for the Hounds.
You and I have learned 6 stories up not to
Not only are we this far up, we got the canopy out in front of us. Our vision from here, who knows? They are far closer when they make those calls. Nicole Rivas, set take this corner, third for the Hounds. Left footer. Sorry, right footer, I mean. Actually, I was right the first time. She's a left footer. What am I saying? Ball bounces around. Kept in by Julia Gray. Rivas goes and settles it. She's got help. That'll be a throw.
That might have been one of the biggest 50-50 ball wins in this game, Glenn, by Julia Gray.
It could have been a great one-on-one opportunity. DeMarco Bayer came back in, replacing Murr and Reese. Thrown in to Bayer. She gives it right back. Chipped up in the air. Stalking. There was a push right in front of the goal that goes uncalled. My. Okay.
I'd need to see that again, Glenn. Whoa!
I mean, that was going to be caught by Boggs the whole time.
That's why I think she didn't call it. It was.
But that was a pretty blatant push.
The NFL's uncatchable. Meaning Tillman might not have gotten to that.
Oh, I don't think there's a chance. I mean, without fouling, like she could have gotten to the ball if she had fouled the goalie in the process. But you're still not allowed to shove someone down in front of the goal.
Right. But in this kind of tight contest, I like the non-call.
We talk about that all the time. It is supposed to be that a foul is a foul is a foul is a foul. But considering the significance of penalty kicks, oftentimes what we find is that officials tend to decide that it's not quite that black and white when it comes to calls in the box. There. And that'll get out. That'll be a corner.
Love that matchup. Number 2, Sarah Bayer against Leah Lewis, number 22. Lewis, the veteran Colgate defender, gives up the corner kick and over-trots MVP Hannah Hafes.
Reigning in Patriot League Defensive Player of the Week, Leah Lewis. 2 goals and assist on the season for her on top of being a great defender. Now Hannah Hafes.
Think she tries to score on this herself, Glenn?
Oh, you think she might try to curl this one all the way?
The Olympic goal. Why not?
Hafes, the right footer. 4th corner kick of the match for the Hounds. Hafes puts it right in front, knocked away. Now, when Moo Hackett was in the way as Rivas was trying to get there. Sends it back to Hafes. Not going to force the issue. Knocks it back to Rivas. Sigfustadter. Hounds regroup. They'll go out wide. Slow it down a bit. Now the turn back towards the box. Opportunity. Not much on the shot. It's well wide. Trying to get a foul call that wasn't going to come. Taylor DeMarco.
Yeah, it's right there. You just got to have your soccer IQ. Taylor's got to get that ball out to Eversman, who has the speed to go 1v1 on the flank to create danger. And she doesn't get it out there to her.
And finally, the foul call comes. That Maddie Hart was pushing It's not just that she gave a shove. She held that shove for a minute. Maxson comes over to take the free kick. Still 27.5 minutes to play in the second half. Maxson serves it into the box. It hangs up there. Trying to settle it, but not able to keep it on her foot with Sotomayor. Foul goes against the Raiders. Always get nervous whenever you hear a whistle with the ball in the box, because
right.
you just don't know. But it's going to be a free kick for the Hounds.
Beath took such a beating, brutal. I mean, she gives it, but she also took it against Bucknell on Wednesday night. She takes another shot in the back there. This time, a foul is called. Paige Sim to clear it.
Claire Beath, you talk about minutes played. She came into today having played 1,399 minutes, leading the team in minutes played on the season. The junior from Kennebunkport up in Maine. She plays it out wide. Claire Beath has been such a stalwart for this team.
Just sort of flipping the field there, Glenn. Eversman plays that ball all the way down and out.
Entering Mia Chardello. First time we've seen her tonight for the Raiders. The junior from Guilford, Connecticut, by way of the Hopkins School. She replaces Sotomayor. Some disagreement. Ultimately, call belongs to the Raiders. But the Hounds will get it right back. Feels like one of those games, Jamie, where a goofy bounce, a small mistake. We almost saw it, obviously, down on this side a couple minutes ago at that ball that just sort of lingered on the turf that finally was deflected just enough as Sim came out that Pincus wasn't able to score. Something along those lines could end up being the story in this game.
I agree. Colgate has been knocking on the door. Sims had to come up with some big saves. Unlike Boggs, in my opinion, hasn't really had to, come up with that big save that's required of goalkeepers. Can Loyola hold them off, Glenn, is the question.
Going to be a goal kick. Oh, no, we didn't get out over the line. Instead, it bounced right back in front. That's that funny hop that we were just talking about, Jamie. Just one bad bounce of the ball could end up turning the entire game. Sarah Bayer, fourth in the Patriot League with 4 goals. Sixth in the Patriot League with 10 points. Trying to earn a corner. Gets the deflection.
Your intuition is well developed, and that's what I mean on that right side. You want Bayer or you want Eversman. Both 1v1 players out on that flank.
5th corner coming up here for the Hounds. Mary Teresa Corcoran back in, replacing Sigfus' daughter, Christian's daughter back in for Taylor DeMarco.
A timely sub as the 5'9" Corcoran. Yeah. Keep your eye on number 7, folks.
Rivas, the left footer, will try to swing this in from the far post. 24 minutes to play in the second half of a scoreless game. Loyola and Colgate. Number 2 seed in the Patriot League tournament still to be had. Rivas sends it in. Boggs can't catch it cleanly. It was loose, cleared out. Rivas again. Sends it in. Bayer. Oh, great chance.
Great idea. Great low service by Rivas.
Bayer just could not turn that one on goal. Instead, goal kick.
I believe that is her non-dominant foot, Glenn, the right foot, and more comfortable going to her left.
Boggs knocks it out towards midfield. That'll get all the way back over the end line. Another goal kick. Get a look at Ariel Tillman. 2 goals, 2 assists on the season for the sophomore from Merrick, New York.
And Glenn Tillman's not used to playing the full 90. She was, you know, splitting time with Gallagher. And, you know, you look at her and say, how much gas does Tillman have?
Yeah, we have not seen Kaylee Gallagher today, the Patriot League Offensive Player of the Week. And I'll get out over the end line again.
It's a sophomore mistake. She's got to get a touch on that ball, Glenn.
There's Ariel Tillman. It has been a busy day for her. You're in a tough spot when you're playing potentially depleted. Obviously, we don't know exactly who's available, who isn't available.
True.
But you're in a tough spot as a coach because, you know, you'd like to give some minutes to someone, but these games are so important. You don't want to put anybody on the pitch that you don't fully trust. So do you leave out a player who might be a little tired? Do you put someone on that hasn't played in a while? These are difficult decisions for Joe Malia and his staff. Of course, if you don't know the story, Joe Malia back at Loyola this season. He returns to the place where he had previously been the coach from 1998 to 2004, built a powerhouse in the MAC. All-time winningest coach in program history. Very low expectations for this team. Picked 7th in the Patriot League preseason poll. Now sitting 2nd on the table. But work to do.
Glenn, one of the advantages Loyola has here is Rivas and Eversman are both playing the right and left back, respectively. Here comes Eversman. You have speed in the back.
Good second chance from Eversman to get possession back. Can't hold on to it out at midfield. Knocked down by Julia Gray. Now she wants to try to go win it back. What a slide. Julia Gray has really been selling out for her team today. She had that one mistake in the first half. Other than that, she's been awesome.
Couldn't agree more.
Ball comes down to the near side. DeMarco. Of course, that's Dom DeMarco. We got 2 DeMarcos today, Taylor and Dom. Dom DeMarco is with an E. Taylor with an I. If I was thinking quicker, I would have said, Dom DeMarco says, there's no I in DeMarco. No foul call. Blasted back down. Eversman, again, will try to lead the charge to get it out. Get Loyola going offensively. Instead, just sort of plays it out to space. We go under 20 minutes to play in the second half. Another opportunity from out of that far flank. Sending across. That one's just going to go off the side netting. We'll see some more changes here with 19 minutes to play. Don't forget, at the conclusion of this one, we'll take a short break, and then we'll be back with Loyola men's soccer. Scheduled kickoff today at 3 o'clock. Game 2 of our doubleheader as they take on Holy Cross. The men also playing for seeding in the Patriot League tournament. They have a little bit more after today. They still have 2 more matches to play. So a little bit more still to be settled on the men's side. Sarah Murr back in, replacing Christian's daughter. Sotomayor back in for Wiley. And Jennifer Bartlett comes in for the first time today, replacing Ellis Miller. Bartlett, the freshman from Albany, New York. Rivas decides to throw it backwards. Gets it back from Gray. Oh, they're in danger. Jamie Watson says, switch fields, switch fields.
Yeah, get it at Eversman's feet, and she will chew up about 10 seconds.
She sees Hafes open. Hafes eludes the first defender. Pushes it ahead. Now forward. Murr. Now it comes back to Hafes. Hafes sends in a cross looking for Bear. Still up in the air. Bear trying to get something on it. Cleared away briefly. Racing in. Getting a head on it. Denied. Sarah Murr comes charging back in. Gets a good looking header, but Sophia Boggs turns it aside.
Oh, our player to watch for that reason alone. Good call by our producer, Sophia Boggs. Glenn, save of the game for Colgate.
Boggs now with 5 saves on the day. 4 for Paige Sim. Throw coming. Murr to take it. Plays it into the feet of Bear. Bear gives it right back. Open is Maddie Hart. Oh, she can't control it. Gets it back. Charges towards the end line. And that'll be a corner.
How many shots now, Glenn, has Boggs stopped in 3 games? Unscored upon, unbeaten in 3?
She's faced 16 shots. She has saved all 16 of them.
That's impressive, even though it's only, this is her 4th game?
This is her 5th game that she's played in and just her 3rd start of the season.
Even better.
Cole Rivas again, 6th corner of the game for the Hounds. Scoreboard says 5. I thought there was another one in there. We'll get that figured out. Serves it in front. Mary Teresa Corcoran was in there.
You notice they moved Corcoran, Glenn, in front of Boggs
Yep.
to try to distract her. Almost worked.
Foul called, and so free kick the other way. We go under 16 minutes to play in the second half. We are still scoreless. Glenn Clark, Jamie Watson with you on the Patriot League Network on Stadium.
I have in my notes here, Glenn, Sophia Boggs born in Wiesbaden.
And that a foul will be called as Sarah Murr was taken down.
Sarah Murr having quite the impact
She's
here.
certainly been working in the second half. And that was out in front.
Is Moo Hackett reaching for a card, Glenn?
So free kick. Get a good look at Sarah Murr. She's been working today. Sophomore from Pleasanton, California.
Making the most of her opportunity, Glenn, like you were talking about earlier. Who gets on the pitch? Relief, spell some minutes.
Hannah Hafes to take this free kick. Probably a bit too far out for her to turn it on goal.
I don't know, though. We'll see.
She's capable of it, no doubt. And that's what she's looking to do. Cannot tuck it to that upper 90. Diodati, by the way, was the one who was booked.
By the way, Boggs is listed at 5'9". I don't think so, but she's definitely taller than Paige Sim. But I don't think you're going to beat her high as easily.
Junior from Jameson, Pennsylvania, by way of Central Bucks South, has played so well since taking over the responsibilities between the pipes for the Raiders, including 5 more saves today. They have not allowed a goal since October 12th. Good moves, but not able to hold on to it. That time was Murr. And again, Julia Gray stepping through, making the play. She's got a dart back. Ball sails. Beef knocked it away. Hart couldn't get it out of trouble, but it comes away, bounces right to Sarah Murr. Murr trying to get it forward. Bear actually ended up having a chance on that ball.
Got to play to feet there, especially if her back is towards the goal. It's a signal, play to my feet.
And was she onside? Yeah. Sarah Bear was onside. From the flank, now into the box. Bear looking for a cross. Oh, great play to take that one away. Bear can't find the ball. Julia Gray is going to be called for a foul, and I thought that was ball first from here. Part of that just being how well Julia Gray has played today. Kind of assume she makes the play every time. Sotomayor hit the turf. They called for the whistle.
I suppose she got a little too much body. She definitely got ball first, Glenn, which is why she's not being booked with a yellow card.
So a free kick. Under 13 minutes to play. Chipped. Just sort of sails well over the end line.
I'm glad I'm not coaching. That would make me
You'd
mad.
be very frustrated.
That would make me mad.
You get an opportunity to play the ball into danger and you don't do it.
A free one.
I know.
Nobody around you.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Sim ready to send this away. Kate Reese back on. Borton as well, replacing Tillman and Bayer.
You're so kind not to say, Jamie, did you play a perfect ball on every
yeah,
set
right?
piece?
You never got any of those wrong, did you?
Exactly, and the most imperfect person in the world right here.
Leah Lewis thought that maybe it was going to get over the sideline, realized it wasn't, so she sends it back to Boggs. Murr picks it up, jogging forward, slows down, now puts her head down, trying to charge towards the box. She gets cut off. No foul there.
Got to get in the weight room, Glenn.
Need that big-time strength when you're challenged.
Did the right thing, got all the way in line, and then just got shoved off the ball.
Ball popped back over that far sideline. 11 minutes to play.
Well, there's a player that does not get shoved off the ball, and that's Kate Reese. Watch this.
She's certainly almost like a forward in basketball with her positioning. Reese keeps it alive but can't keep it in the field of play. Just over 10 minutes remaining. If they could get a win today, Loyola would have their most in a single season since 2012. As we've already talked about, a win punches their ticket for the Patriot League tournament. Vaughn back in, replacing Lexi Mitchell. In for the first time today, Nicola Puzzi, the sophomore from Princeton, New Jersey, replaces Cosentino. And Jamie, the other thing now that you think about, with Navy having clinched the top seed in the Patriot League, no certainty that they're going to play everybody on Friday night. They might try to rest some people, so while it's disappointing that you're not going to be playing for a Patriot League regular season title, perhaps the path to 3 points gets a little easier on Friday night. Also no certainty that they're just going to bench everybody. If you can get those 3 points today, you go a long way to getting that potential bye into the semifinals of the Patriot League tournament. And since it's going to be Navy hosting, it's just a short trip for the Greyhounds.
And coveted, wouldn't you agree, Glenn? A bye?
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Oh, big time. Talk about how many minutes these teams have played. No call. Pincus. Maddie Hart's confused. Pincus slips it out wide. Bartlett plays it back. Now chipped on towards the box. It's going to sail right in front, headed towards the post, but Paige Sim easily takes that one. Under 9 minutes to go in the second half. Can someone break through? Reese settles it near sideline. Reese charging towards the corner. No foul. Kept in. Good step through from Hart. Hart slides it too far forward, looking for Hafes. Raiders get it back. Vaughn. Back in the middle of the pitch. Some space. Shot deflected out wide. Tracking it, Rivas will get to it before it gets to the end line. Has some help. Good team effort there. Borton came over. Pincus gets it forward once more. Bartlett not trying to send it out wide. Just sent it right past Apuzzi. They head back up.
The problem with that, Glenn, it gives the Loyola defense time to get back.
Hounds trying to clear it out. Get going forward. If nobody scores in the next 7 minutes and 15 seconds, we'll play on. Extra time.
One thing I like the strategy of Joe Maya, using Beth Eversman's speed. If you notice, a lot of times when she gets possession, she takes off. And her defender doesn't track with her. And a lot of times attackers won't. And so it becomes a good strategy for Beth, who's very good with the ball at her feet.
Sarah Bayer back in, replacing Kate Reese. Ariel Tillman back in for Borton. Ellis Miller replaces Sotomayor. In these late stages of this first half. Or sorry, the second half, of course. It's the first half of a doubleheader. Hounds desperate, just need one goal, it appears. Can you find it? Get yourself 15 points. Bayer looking for a cross. Couldn't get the deflection, couldn't get it in front, just a goal kick.
Trying for that deflection, Glenn.
Sophia Boggs. She's made the big saves when she's needed to. Two of the particularly difficult variety today. 5 in total for both goalies. Sims had quite the week too. That's now 11 saves for her over these last 2 matches. She's about to hit the 200-minute mark.
I feel exhausted just listening and watching. I don't know if you can feel it at home watching the broadcast. There is the tension out there. You can cut it with a knife.
Corcoran shoved from behind. Easy call against Pincus. Going to be a free kick. Mary Teresa Corcoran, on top of everything else, she is so smart. Coming into her senior year, a cumulative GPA of 3.366, registering a perfect 4.0 last spring. Dean's List student both semesters last year, Patriot League Academic Honor Roll recipient.
Proud parents in attendance here today. The senior, as we stop the clock here, gives us a chance to brag on Mary Teresa Corcoran a little bit more, Glenn. She's just, and also a tremendous year on the pitch.
Yes.
as a senior. She's just been improved and terrific.
All-everything player for this team. Free kick. Maddie Hart out near midfield. Pops it up into the box. Hanging around. Just a little bit wide of that post. Still scoreless. We are into those ever dangerous final 5 minutes of a half. Jamie Watson says this is when the magic happens. This is when business picks up. Insert your own cliche here.
You bet. Over and over again, I look at box scores, Glenn, and inevitably it's those first and last fives of each half.
It's when the goals are scored.
Here comes the speed of Eversman we were talking about.
We saw the Loyola men score this week on the road at number 2 Wake Forest with 12 seconds left. That would be fine, just fine, if the women could replicate. In their case, it would get them 3 points. Got the men a draw. Into the box. Not able to get a shot off. Murr was cut off. Corcoran trying to get it back. Three minutes to play. Ball comes all the way through to Sim. Picks it up. Tries to put together one final push, maybe, for regulation. Tillman slips it forward. What do the Hounds have in mind? It's 3-on-4 numbers-wise. Murr lays it out. Baer gets to it. Baer trying to get it around the defender that time. Can't curl it back in front.
I would have, I always love to watch Sarah Baer go 1v1, and that time she gave it up. Glenn, her defender, look how gassed her defender is. I'm surprised she just let that one go. But you know why? She's tired too.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's tired. Gray's got to race back in. That was a quick throw. Good defending. That's a tough play in the box. Tillman can't hang on to it. Pincus slips it forward. Wiley leaves it out wide. Lewis pushing up. Lewis, great first move. Now slips around a second defender. Cleared out. Chuck back on by Diodati. Headed very far wide. Goal kick. Minute and 20 seconds left in regulation. Colgate, one of their weird things going into the day, Jamie, had not won a game at home all season. Yet 3-3-2 away from home on the year. Go figure. They are more dangerous on the road than they are playing in Hamilton, New York. Final minute of regulation. Baer shoved off the ball. That one sails over Julia Gray. Paige Sims says, I'll handle it. 30 seconds left. Don't know if the Hounds will get one more opportunity here or not. Corcoran just stands in. Hafe swings it out wide. Chance to across here in the closing seconds. Played in front. Bounces around. Oh, that's going to be how the half comes to a close. Whew. Well, 90 minutes, not enough today. Teams remain scoreless. Loyola and Colgate will have extra time for you next. This is the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Taking a look at some of the highlights from this one. Both teams have had their chances in a scoreless game 90 minutes in. Glenn Clark, Jamie Watson with you on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Some of them have been high-quality chances. Sarah Murr got a good look, but just played that right into the body of Boggs. In front, Mary Teresa Corcoran's header just wide of the net. Chance on chat was a spectacular one from Murr, turned aside by Boggs. The header. Paige Sim protecting that near post. That ball tried to trickle through. More chances. That one just taken on a hop. We remain scoreless after 2 halves. The stats so far fairly even. 14 shots for the Raiders, 13 for the Hounds, 6 corners for both teams, 5 saves for both goalies, 1 more foul called on the Greyhounds. It's a game that probably should be headed to overtime right now, Jamie Watson.
Exactly what I was thinking. Does it get much more even than that? My goodness gracious. Who has enough gas left in their tank, Glenn, for this overtime period?
Trying to find a goal, trying to find 3 points. Loyola trying to stay alive in the race for now the 2nd seed in the Patriot League tournament. Unfortunately, the top seed is no longer in play as Navy victorious today, defeating Boston University 1-0 in double overtime. So the top spot is theirs. They are your Patriot League regular season champions. They will host the semifinals and the final, but the 2 seed's still big because it means you don't play on the first day of the Patriot League tournament. You can rest up considering all of the minutes, all the injuries that you're dealing with. To avoid that first round would be huge. Even the 3rd and the 4th seed's still really big because if you have to play on that first day, you're going to want to play at home. So there's still a lot to play for the Greyhounds as they currently sit 2nd on the table. Mentioned that's a final with Navy. One other game going on right now at the half. Bucknell and American tied up at 1 apiece. And keep in mind, Bucknell, one of the teams that's battling with Loyola. Bucknell currently sitting at 10 points. So if Loyola were to get just 1 point today and Bucknell were to come away with a victory against American, then they would move into a tie. And there's still Army West Point, Holy Cross, and Lehigh yet to play this weekend, who are all in this mix as well, as Army West Point and Lehigh play each other tonight at 7 o'clock. Holy Cross hosts Lafayette tomorrow at 3. So the Greyhounds desperately need a goal to maintain separation from these other teams that are charging behind them.
But Colgate desperately needs 3 points to continue. So you can
stay alive. Yes.
You can see the clash of wills here, and we're about to find out. But Glenn, my question to you is, does Joe Maya go for the 0-0 tie?
I don't think you can. I think you have to. There's no certainty that you're even going to make the tournament, even with just 1 point. There is no certainty. You gotta press and try to play for 3 points here today. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Greyhounds, white shirts, evergreen numerals, evergreen shorts. They will be moving from right to left on your internet dial here in this first extra time session. The Raiders of Colgate in the maroon shirts, maroon shorts. White numerals moving from left to right. I'm Glenn Clark. She's Jamie Watson. This is the Patriot League Network on Stadium. After this one, men's soccer, Greyhounds, Holy Cross, scheduled for a 3 o'clock kickoff. We'll see. Might be a little bit later than that, depending on how long this one goes. Got to give time for the teams to get warmed up. Also, Senior Day festivities.
Yeah, I was just looking over there. There's a bouncy house in the parking lot. A beautiful fall day here in Baltimore, Glen. Homecoming, lots of alumni back here. Exciting energy here at Ridley Athletic Complex.
And we are underway. The way extra time works. We'll play 10 minutes here. If nobody scores, we'll switch sides, do it again. Nobody scores, everybody goes home with a point. If somebody scores, we'll just stop it right then and say, enjoy your 3 points. Looking for a cross. Sotomayor not able to get it in, blocked down. However, Tillman not able to save it. There's music blasting off in the distance. The tailgate party is something here on homecoming weekend. Now, can the Greyhounds make it a more celebratory occasion by getting a victory?
You know, you've referenced it before, Glenn. I don't know how much it matters, but Colgate has owned Loyola for the last 4 years. Was it 2015, you said?
Yep.
So I don't know how much that comes into play, but it either gives Colgate confidence or Loyola remembers.
certainly you are familiar with the battles that you have had. Oh, and there's a screen set up. Lewis tried to use that to pull the trigger. So the screen from Moo Hackett left Lewis to say, all right, if I'm going to be unmarked, why not just give it a shot?
Well, Paige Sim has seen a lot of that at 5 foot, listed at 4, but more like 2 or 3. Teams go over top on her.
That'll bounce back to Sim. Picks it up. Knock it back down. Loyola needs the ball on the other side of the field. Bayer trying to hold it in. Now she turns, keeps it on her foot, slides it forward. Oh, not able to hold on to it with Sarah Murr. Bayer trying to win it back. Murr steps through and gets it. Tillman played it too far out in front. Can she find it again? It's on the turf. Hafes couldn't get it either.
Glenn, both teams scrapping for every inch, are they not?
No doubt about that. Ball's going to get all the way through to Sim. She'll pick it up. Still have plenty of time. Let's get out near sideline for a throw. Maxson flips it to the other side. 3 minutes gone. We're in minute 104. Sorry, minute 94, that is. Raiders, once again, setting something up. Good combo ball, free in front, shot, Sim. Not going to be beaten by that from Pincus. Great combo ball, though, there.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, it was Sotomayor. Pincus gave it to her. Sotomayor took the shot. Hafes down to Tillman. Tillman's got real estate to work with, decides to go down. Bayer stalking the box. Bayer trying to turn in front, working for the end line. Couldn't keep it alive. Good run. Just couldn't get that turn timed at the right.
Yeah, don't see that a lot from Sarah Bayer.
Now down to the near sideline as we approach the midway point of this first overtime session. Sotomayor sends it in front. Oh, she had a target just over the head of Ellis Miller, who had gotten herself free right in the middle of the box. There is some rapping right now at the cellar door.
Glenn, I'm telling you, these Loyola players are gassed. That Corcoran, I was going to say, she was trailing like this on the last play. Sometimes your body just shuts down, and she's being subbed for right now.
Kate Reese back on. Reese from Potomac by way of Winston Churchill, winding down her career here at Loyola. What a win this would be. Guarantee your spot in the Patriot League tournament. Tillman toes it. It's going to come away to Vaughn. Vaughn space to work with. Shot blocked by Julia Gray. Who else?
Right. Too many touches there, Glenn.
She seemed to make the decision a second earlier that that's what she wanted to do.
And then inexplicably took an extra touch.
Yep. Now looking for a cross. That one deflected. Yes, corner kick.
I don't know if you noticed, Glenn, but Coach Maya, I'm sure, went over to MVP number 10, Hafes, and said, Hannah, I want you up top.
Yep.
Let's end this thing. And Hannah hasn't been able to yet, but she is playing solely up top to do one thing, Glenn, and that is score right here.
All right, here's the left footer, Rivas, over to take the corner. 3.5 remaining in this first extra time period. Can Rivas send everyone home happy? Popped up in front. Sails over Beef. Nobody can get on it. Gray will come up. Play it ahead to Tillman. Tillman sends it into the middle. Knocked down. Bear can't get back on top of it. Hannah Hafes can't win possession back either. Hounds will ultimately keep it on this side of the pitch. Still 2.5 to play in this first extra time period. Eversman's got to regroup. Another chance here for Bayer. And some jostling, but no foul. Another shot. It's kept in. Reese comes flying in. Tried to keep it alive. And earns a corner kick.
Kate Reese, that's been her most valuable asset in these last couple of games, Glenn. She's come on late, provided a spark, getting a corner kick here.
So Rivas again. The left footer for this 8th corner for the Hounds. Can this be the one? Left in front. Headed on, but wide. Oh, Kate Reese had a chance to send us home. Well, not us, but everybody else.
Right, right. Oh, a golden opportunity. Just goes to show you the art of heading. Hannah Hafes' favorite player, Glenn? Guess who? Carly Lloyd. Also wears number 10 for the U.S. Women's National Team. One of the best headers in the game. Boy, they needed it there.
Lindsay Wiley re-enters, replacing Vaughn for the Raiders. Still a minute to go in this first extra time session. Hafes swings it wide. Eversman comes up to get it. Slips it back to the middle, and Reese, good combo ball. Chance for a cross. Deflected again. Another corner.
Gorgeous, Glenn. What combination play there late in this game by the Hounds. 40 seconds to go.
Rivas one more time. Again, still 10 more minutes if there's no goal here. But I think most of us are in favor of just going ahead and wrapping it up. 20 seconds. Rivas taking her time. Not going to be a lot of rebound chances here. Rivas in front. Reese heads it again. It's knocked down by her own teammate. We will play on to another extra time session. 100 minutes, not enough. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, but we need more soccer here on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. Great chances for Kate Reese late in that first overtime period, but not a goal to be had. We are still scoreless. 100 minutes gone by here at Ridley Athletic Complex. Loyola and Colgate still significant stakes over these final 10. Someone trying to get a goal and get a victory and 3 points. For Colgate, if they fail to score, that'll just about do it. For Loyola, if they fail to score, they need to hope for the best coming out of the weekend. They'll still be in pretty good shape to get into the Patriot League tournament, but some of those bigger goals, first round bye, home game, whatever it is, those might start to fall to the wayside. Jamie Watson They were so close in those final seconds. What can they do better in order to get the ball in the back of the net?
Oh, boy, I tell you, kudos to both goalkeepers, both teams. These athletes on both sides, Glenn, have just been all-out hustle. You know, I think that Colgate has a little bit of an edge here, so Loyola just has to do their very best to find a way, not only keep them from the goal, but finishing on the other end.
You see the Loyola men's team warming up. Next, here at Ridley Athletic Complex, they take on Holy Cross. We will have that for you after a short break when this one concludes. Busy day for everybody here at Ridley Athletic Complex. Special day, homecoming, senior day for both teams. Just a festive atmosphere in general. Beautiful fall day, just a little overcast. Really perfect. Loyola will touch it first. Teams switch sides as we are underway. Final 10 minutes of this one. Hounds going left to right, Raiders right to left on your internet dial.
Glenn Corcoran back in the game. I'm sure they would have loved to have had her on those final couple of corner kicks in the game, but she's out there now.
Raiders had their chances in those first 10 minutes as well. Foul called on Maddie Hart.
Glenn, when you're tired, you got to get in front. You got to find a way to get in front.
Been reminded by our producer, Stephanie Ann, it's been almost 280 minutes since the Greyhounds have scored a goal. That goal scored by Kayla Gallagher 2 matches ago. That's knocked down in front. It's got to be cleared out. Wow. That was nervy. Beth Eversman hanging in there to get that ball out. Now a foul called. It's going to be a free kick for Loyola. Students who came out to support the Hounds getting into it, trying to lift their team to a victory. Eversman was fired up. Quick conversation with Moo Hackett. Clock stops, 8:31 to play. Maddie Hart will boot it away. Sarah Bayer trying to track it down. It's given away, so Sarah Murr. It'll be a throw for the Greyhounds. They push it up into the attacking third. Bayer looking for that spin cycle move. Sends it in front. That'll be a corner. Oh, no, that's out off of... Okay, yeah, that's a corner. That's what I thought. Another corner.
Joe Malia pulling all the right strings, Glenn, from the throw and the kick to Corcoran's head, standing 5'9". She's going to win that head ball, and she gets it to Bayer, who spin cycles to Hafes. Gets the corner.
They say the 10th time is the charm, right? 10th corner of the match. Left-footed Rivas in front. It's still loose. Corcoran trying to keep it alive, but communication was the issue there. Tillman tracks it down. Sends it back towards the middle. Murr. Down to Rivas. Rivas open, looking for a cross. Instead, she's going to go to work one-on-one. Great move by Rivas. She gets free, sends a shot just over the top bar. Oh, it was there. Great play. Can't ask for a lot more than that from Nicole Rivas. Defender pushing up. Getting a great look. Trying to be the walk-off hero. That'll sail out. Greyhounds get it back on the far sideline. Still time. Still 6.5 minutes. Another throw coming up. Bayer has that cross attempt blocked right back at her. The Hounds have done a good job keeping the ball on this side of the pitch in this second extra time period.
Make the other team chase, Glenn.
Can they break it down, turn it into a goal? Murr. Good move to her left. Murr stepping up towards the box. Murr serves it in front. Headed away. Tillman battling to try to get it back. Can't come up with it. Corcoran wins it back for the Hounds. Another opportunity to push. This time Eversman coming flying in with some legs. Just this time looking for Hannah Hafes. A little bit off on that pass. Chance now for a counter. Corcoran recovers to slow it down, but they got to get the ball back. Now open, Pincus. She steps into one. It's deflected. It's a corner kick.
Nice job by Hannah Pincus there.
7th corner for the Raiders. Four and a half left. Sent in front, and that's a winner. No, no. Wave it off.
Oh!
Wave it off. Foul called. The frustration. Ellis Miller got in front, but a foul was called.
Moo Hackett eyeballs always on the goalkeeper. Glenn, you cannot interfere with the goalkeeper.
And so, play on. We will watch it one more time. I'm sorry, that was actually Lexi Mitchell who got her head on the ball.
Doesn't look like any goalkeeper interference there upon second look, Glenn. But something happened. Moo Hackett, I've been watching her on all the corner kicks, Glenn. She's got her eyes focused, looking for shenanigans.
4 minutes left. Slips out wide. Miller gives chase. Miller serves it in front. Headed forward again. Sim just able to catch that one. So heartbreak for Lexi Mitchell, who thought she had a walk-off winner that would have been her first goal of the year. Instead, still 3.5 minutes. Loyola needs to get the ball back.
Just an absolute dagger, Glenn, calling that goal back. I'm still not sure. I don't think I saw it. Did you?
There's a lot going on,
yeah.
Jamie. It's
that we
hard for me to tell if there's a tug, if there's a,
Agreed.
Ball sent all the way in, and at the last second, Sim able to push that one over the top bar.
Oh, credit to Paige Sim. Does not get beat. She's fired up. Not this time, she said.
Used every inch of her 5'4" frame. But another corner. Loyola students fired up by Sim's save. Corner sent in far post. Headed on, and that one will be the winner.
That one does it.
They kept getting chances. This one's not going to be waved off. Officials have something to talk about, but it's a goal. That's how it ends. Loyola, a very painful setback. They fall 1-0 on a walk-off winner. Oh boy. Loyola drops to 3-2-3 in conference play. Colgate improves to 2-3-3. And that is just flat out heartbreaking for a Greyhounds team that had battled all day, really needed their 3 points, not able to get them, not able to even get 1 point They remain, for the moment, second on the Patriot League table, but there are still a lot of games to be played this weekend and a lot that can change. That is just heartbreaking, Jamie. That is just really difficult to stomach.
It is. But, Glenn, it's one of those games, don't you agree, that somebody had to lose? Nobody needs to hang their head. What a ball game. I mean, both sides. I'm sorry. I'm not, if I'm Joe Malia, I'm over there saying, okay, let's go. Let's regroup.
Well, they're going to go do something at Navy on Friday night. That's what we know.